Sashiagemasu Agemasu Sashiagemasu VS Agemasu. What is the difference between Agemasu and Sashiagemasu? As you see here, we just see that it's different about Sashi only. So the end is end by Agemasu. So what do you use and what is the meaning? If you learn Japanese, you will know that you will always heard about Agemasu. Agemasu is mean give. When you give something to somebody, in Japanese they say Agemasu. But sometimes maybe you never heard about Sashiagemasu. The truth that Sashiagemasu and Agemasu just have the same meaning, which means give to somebody. If you give something to somebody, or something or someone give you something, so in Japanese they use agemasu and sashiagemasu. Actually, when we use agemasu, we will use with the person that have the same status or the same level. For example, your friends. And we can also use agemasu with the person that have the lower status than you or the lower level. I mean that the person that younger than you, for example, your son, your daughter, your younger brother, your younger sister, you can use agemasu. But when will we use Sashiagemasu? The truth that we will use Sashiagemasu when we give something to somebody which he or she has the higher status or higher level. For example, your teacher, your manager, your CEO, your company president, or the person that older than you and you respect. So in Japanese they use Sashiagemasu. So let's see some sample. In here we have a sentence like this. 私は社長にお土産を差し上げました。私は社長にお土産を差し上げました。Which means that I gave my company president a souvenir. So in this case we use Sashiagemasu. But in the past tense so we say Sashiagemashita because you already gave a souvenir to your president company. Your president company is have the higher status. So when you respect your president company, so you can use Sashiagemasu. So in this case, we use Sashiagemashita. In here, we have another sentence like this. 森川さんは部長にお菓子を差し上げました。森川さんは部長にお菓子を差し上げました。Which means that Morikawa-san gave his manager some sweets. Or you can say Mr. Morikawa-san gave his manager some sweets. So we see that manager, so the manager had the status higher than you. higher than Mr. Morikawa. So when you up level and you are the below of the level, so you can say Sashiagemasu. That means you respect the person that you give something to, and in Japanese they use Sashiagemasu. And here we have another sentence like this. Suzuki-san は私に教科書をあげました。Suzuki さんは私に教科書をあげました。Which means Suzuki さん gave me a textbook. So in this case we use agemasu or agemashita in the past tense of agemasu. Why we use agemasu? Because Mr. Suzuki and me just friend, and we are in the same status or in the same level. For example, your friend, your co-worker. So in the case like this, you can use agemasu, not sashiagemasu, because you are just the same status. So that means when you use to give something to your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and your co-worker, so you can say agemasu, agemashita, which means the past tense of agemasu. So I believe that everybody, when you learn Japanese, you will always heard about agemasu, because agemasu we can use in generally. But when you learn the deep of Japanese language, you will know that they separate for which word to use for which one. In here we have another sentence like this. Suzuki さんは息子に教科書をあげました。Suzuki さんは息子に教科書をあげました。Which means Suzuki-san gave his son a textbook, or Mr. Suzuki gave his son a textbook. You see that son is big. Musko, right? So Musko is mean the son, so the son have the below status or lower status. So you can also use agemasu or agemashita. That means you can use agemasu when you give something to the person who have the same status or the same level with you, or the person that have the lower status than you. For example, your children, your son, your daughter, or your grandson. So you can use with two cases. You can use with two cases, but you cannot use Sashiagemasu with your daughter, your son, or the person that have the lower status than you. So this is how to use agemasu or Sashiagemasu. In here we have another sentence like this. 私は犬に餌をあげました。私は犬に餌をあげました。This means I gave the dog some food. I gave the dog some food. That means when you feed the dog, so you can say あげました。That means あげま you can use in generally. For example, you can use with the dog, right? And the person that have the same level or the same status, and the person that have the lower status. So you can also use with the animal. For example, the cat, the dog, or any animal that you give some food to, or the bird. So you can say 私は犬に餌をあげました。Or you can say 私は鳥に餌をあげました。This means I gave the bird some food. And this やりました。In this sentence they say 私は犬に餌をやりました。私は犬に餌をやりました。It means I gave the dog some food. So it also have the same meaning with あげます。So when you use with the dog, you can use the two way. One way you can use あげます and the second can use やります。But when you use in Japanese people, when they use give something to animal, they actually use the yarimas. And when you use with the people, actually they use agemas. So you need to know everywhere how to use the word and the grammar in Japanese. But you don't need to know, you don't need to use it, you just need to know. Sometimes you can use. So when you use with the animal, you can use agemas and yarimas. So now we have the two sentences. So which one do you think is correct between the first sentence and the second sentence? If you already listened from the start to the end of this video clip, I know that you know how which one is correct one. Let's see the first sentence. Say 私は部長にお菓子を差し上げました。And the second sentence say 私は部長にお菓子をあげました。And which means that I gave my manager some sweets. The correct one is the first sentence. Why? Because Bucho is the manager and has the higher status than you. So when you say about you give something to your manager, you should say Sashiagemasu, which means that you respect your manager. So you say Sashiagemasu. So the second sentence just say agema. So agema we use with friend or the person that have the same status, such as your friend, co-worker, and you can also use agemas with your the people that have the lower status, such as your son, your grandson, your daughter, something like this. And another thing that you have to remember when you can also use agemas when you give some food to the animal. But the animal you can also use the yarimas. For example, tori ni esa o yarimashita, which means you gave some food to the bird. So this is about the difference between Sashiagemasu and agemasu and yarimas. Thank you very much for watching my video clip. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please help me subscribe my channel. ありがとうございました。